Alright then. Are we all recording?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Are you sitting comfortably?
Yeah.
Now, what I need you to do is be extra naughty and give me all your bank details.
Oh my.
So outrageous the toll. You can lose all you have. He refused to give in to the town that takes all to survive. You must have the will. How this movie doesn't end the way we want all the time. And he shouts at the moon. She's gone. Fears overcome. He was walking a mile. He was walking alone.
Most people are like 1 or 2 steps away from being psychopathic axe murderers.
Because they don't have D&D to be their outlet.
Speaking of psychopathic axe murderers, hi everybody, welcome to Funk Dunk Play Season 2, Episode 31. Yeah, fuck Europe, we're back to the American way of numbering these things. Why? Because we're here to do things. And we're going to do them incorrectly. In America.
Ooh. It's 32 though.
It was a callback to the last episode's entry.
That was a week ago and everybody's forgotten.
Okay, number 1, a week is not a long time. And number 2, why are you dissing John Paul and Sarah, okay?
Yeah. Why? Jade?
Because I can.
Is it because you're jealous of my Eugene Fluffer's hair thing?
Because I'm a monster deep inside.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Where are the selfies? The cat hair thingy selfies,
Mm.
Sean.
Yeah.
Where are they?
I never promised any of those to anyone.
They were requested.
They were demanded.
I posted pictures of my stuffed Pikachu wearing that. And all it said was, I'll expect pics. It didn't say of anyone in particular.
Bet you look cute as hell though.
I never look cute. What are you talking about?
You say
It's like
that.
you forgot what I look like. What is wrong with you?
Several things. You want to start?
We, last time we left off, it had seen the one true love of his life return and judge him through a window.
We're so excited.
And it seemed that every window it looked through, there was the judgmental sheep. No one can tell if the sheep was being reflected in the window, if the sheep was really behind every window, or if the sheep existed within every reflective surface on the planet. No one knew.
But we're gonna find out. I hope.
Yeah, probably not.
No? Okay. I'm fine. I'm fine just knowing that, he's somewhere out there watching over me.
Yeah. Judging
Judging.
silently. Alright, so you're heading back to the cathedral, the church, whatever you want to call it. The semi-plane shifted church. So, I'm assuming that Sarah comes with you, leaving Captain Fancy parked outside like usual. Yep. Do things.
No, I guess before I go to take my rest because I need to recover spell slots, I want to talk to Octavian Nut. Talk to Goris through Octavian Nut to update him a bit on the situation. So I'm talking into my kid phone. Hey, Goris, you there?
Blah, yeah. Sorry, I was taking bubble bath, but yes, I can hear you. I use psychic connection. It's very good.
Oh, good. Yes, small developments. Okay, so we closed the portal, killed the demons, and then it found this book. I'm not quite sure how exactly, but apparently it belongs to Daeth, and I used it to set the fate of all of the members of the Bat family to die by fire. So now it's just a question of how are we going to set them all on fire. Also, apparently Octavian Nut is going to be killed by a dog at some point. Get ready for that.
Oh, no. You have difficulty with tenses, I understand it. You're not used to things of this nature. No, he was killed by a dog.
Oh, okay.
What do you think it was to take ridiculously oversized helmet?
Wait, so are you saying that any name and cause of death in this book implies that it's already happened?
Well, yes, I mean, what else would a Ledger of the Dead be for if it didn't have who's already dead? I mean, like, other than that, it would be like a Ledger of the About to Die. It should just have everyone's name. I mean, cosmically speaking, we're all going to die. I mean, I'm not, but like, you are probably. I mean, I don't know, Snake Lady no knows, who cares, but you'll probably die at some point.
So just by writing it, I've killed them all.
Well, it depends. I mean, I've never really stolen anything from, forces of nature like that, but, you wrote it down. What happened to the ink?
It stayed.
Did it turn blood red and it didn't glow at you with the fires of hell?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, if it does that, that means that you have to send it back, in the warranty repaired usually. But, they call it, red ink of death. It's just not good. It's the programming malfunction or something.
Okay, well, I guess we'll have to see if the butts are already dead.
How many names did you put in there anyway?
Oh, the ones the spy master gave me.
How many were that?
How many was it? I don't know.
I was hoping you'd
No,
remember.
I don't.
Did we ever get a number?
There wasn't a
No.
number. You just gave me a book with a list of all the names of them.
I mean, symbolically, it needs to be 420 blaze it, right?
Oh yeah.
It's less than that. It's 42 names.
Okay.
But it's 42.0.
So it's theoretically 42 of them just suddenly caught fire and died.
So yeah, 42 butts would have spontaneously combusted.
Was the vampire lord in there? Would I know by name who that was?
It was never implied that he was actually a member of their family.
Okay.
He was on their side.
Okay. So I guess
He wouldn't have been on that
I'll
list.
shut off the boy phone and look over at Sarah and say,
Okay, so it turns out your vampire lord wasn't in this book that I have. Do you want to add the name to the death note?
I'm not really sure, but I don't think that would work.
Oh, right, undead.
Yeah, you can't really kill someone who's dead.
Oh, well, we'll find a way.
Like, he already died, so if you, flip back maybe, a few 100,000 pages, you'd probably find his name.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll just bury him alive or something. Bury him
I
dead.
guess that would work in a way,
Yeah.
too.
That's how you usually deal with an immortal.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's that, or you could always utterly obliterate his entire body, but you'd have to, throw him into, a really... wait, no, that's the One Ring. You'd have to...
I think it'll still work.
I know there's probably a way.
It's good enough for the One Ring. It's good enough for this guy, too.
Yeah, there's probably a way. It's just that, being one of the only vampires in existence, it's not like I have a lot of experience killing vampires.
We'll push him out in daylight.
Daylight really hurts, but it can't actually kill.
Oh, okay.
I kind of know that. And she looks down, and she's remembering something very unpleasant.
Oh, well, we'll figure something out.
so I guess that can end that scene. I don't know what it has planned for Susan.
No. Yeah, I've gone to the conference room.
Your wooden butt.
You
Clonk,
gone to the
clonk,
conference
clonk,
room?
clonk. Yep.
Okay, conk, conk, conk.
Who do I find in there?
Hashtag peg butt, get it trending.
Is Gold awake in there, or is he still sleeping? I don't know the time frame we're working with here.
Yeah, I know it's nighttime, that's all I'm really sure of. Gold is, in fact, he's sort of at the conference table, but not quite. His chair is pushed away from it, and his feet are up on the table.
Wow.
And he has a big file that he's leafing through with one hand, and on the other hand, he is, in fact, scratching your dog between the ears.
Oh.
And he keeps, like, reading, like, half a page of the file, then turning over and being like, "Oh, who is a good boy? You are. You're, in fact, a very good boy."
Oh, I wish I had a camera.
If you get the right wild magic roll.
Which one is it? No.
I don't know if cameras are actually in the... There's so many things in this wild magic chart. I don't think cameras are
Well, I
actually
guess
in it.
I just have to cast all the spells until I hit it.
Mm.
Man, I just can't wait until you get number 29.
Alright, let's do it. I'll walk up to him.
Okay.
Is Mr. Eugene Fluffers doing me the honor of noticing me?
When you walk in, he's in the middle of a head scritch. Once the head scritch ends, he looks up, looks over at you, and he bounds over to your side.
Yes.
And he gives you a big doggy hug.
Gets one back. I mean, not a doggy hug. I don't know how these work, but a regular one.
Interspecies platonic affection.
I'll also take the time to quickly touch Susan while walking past her.
Okay,
Doesn't do anything.
Susan blushes.
Oh, really? Wow. Didn't expect that.
You're not 100% sure if you imagined it or not, and
Probably.
no one else seems to have noticed.
Probably. I'll walk up to the table.
Okay. Gold, at this point, takes his feet off the table and places the files onto the table itself, and he looks up and says, "Ah, Bronze, I take it you were successful and didn't get annihilated?"
The portal is closed.
"Yes, that's quite excellent work you and your menagerie did. I'm quite impressed.
Thank you.
However, you normally don't come in here by yourself. I doubt you just arrived to gather your dog and your rock. Is there something you needed?"
Well, first of all, my dog and my rock are very important, and of course, they would be reasons to come in here, but there is indeed... there might be something you can help with.
I am, as always, your servant.
I look up at that, a little confused.
It's called servant leadership. It's in this book I've been reading. Apparently, it's a great way of getting the most out of your underlings by working hard to facilitate them to achieve their goals.
Yeah, I was worried there for a second, but that explains a lot.
He in his spare time reads a lot of How to Succeed in Business books.
Oh, you gotta.
Hey,
How
he lost
else?
a lot of weight when he started reading Dr. Phil books. So
Managing a cult, you don't learn that just by doing it, you know. You gotta.
no, you gotta learn about managing an office first, because that's a microcosm of a cult.
So true.
It's the exact same. All the exact same things running a good office are running a good cult. The thing is, though, in a cult, you get to have sex with your underlings at times other than the Christmas party.
It's also a lot more fulfilling, I guess.
It is, and more blood,
Mm-hmm.
usually. Not as much worship. I mean, really, if you're a middle manager in an office, you're going to get a lot more worship. But, you know.
All in all, I know which one
You
I
take
would
the good
choose.
and take the bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our chairs are still there, I guess. Can I sit down
Yep.
next to him?
You can sit down on the chair to his left,
Okay. I will do that.
which is the chair of bronze.
I have spoken to the traveler
As you did mention, yes.
back when the siege was still in full swing. I spoke to him and he spoke back. And he said I was special to him. He didn't use those exact words, but that's what I got from it.
A lot of girls feel that way the first time they speak to someone famous, I understand.
Wow. I'm gonna ignore that.
They call it the Michael Damien at the county fair effect. He enjoyed the blowjob, but he's not coming back for you.
Yes. I gathered that. I tried again earlier, and there was nothing.
Well, when you first spoke to the traveler, tell me, did you seek him out or him you?
Well, yes,
Who initiated it?
he came to me.
And you're thinking it's odd that it doesn't work the other way around?
No, I don't think it's odd, but I feel empty. I guess when he talked to me, I felt more than ever that I had a purpose. And since then, I've realized that I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't even know why I'm telling you this. I think you are like me, even though you don't see it that way, but
We are both chosen of the traveler, yes. We are both senior members of his clergy. But I do have the advantage of you in that my ascension to this position was a slow and gradual one with much time studying and contemplating not only the official teaching but also the Apocrypha and the you won't really believe it but I swear it's trufica and other books which are obviously for various reasons not in general circulation. You see, when the traveler speaks to one of us, it is always at his discretion, and his whim, occasionally his fancy, or his whimsy, or his, oh what the hell. In fact, for one to be so bold as to initiate a conversation with the Most High is just almost dangerous hubris.
yes, I understand.
And he looks you dead in the eye and says, but it can be done. There is a secret room, known only, well, to myself, to my predecessor, and no doubt to my successor. Going forward and back through history, locked away from the many, locked away from the few, known as the Chamber of the One. In that room, it is possible to commune directly with the traveler, but it is dangerous. Not just for yourself, but for the world at large. For everyone and everything. Because, as a creature of pure chaos, he is dangerous and capricious on the best of times. When he's not expecting you, there is no telling what could happen.
Has it been done?
It has. And it comes with a great cost. That's why I've never done it. Because you never know what the cost is. It depends on his mood. But there's always a cost. It cannot be done on a whim. And it cannot be done unless one is willing to accept the consequences.
That is all?
That is all. I'm talking about the ultimate immortal hubris, and you say that is all.
Chaos.
Well, you've certainly got spunk.
Where is it?
Well, do you wish to attempt this?
I'm just thinking if we should, do the butt thing first before... I don't know, I don't want to shut Elisa out. Maybe this takes a while, you know?
Oh, I mean, it sounds like they're all dead. I mean, the only thing she would do now is check in with the spy master and ask if there's any reports that they actually really did all die.
Okay. Why not then? It doesn't actually hesitate all that long. Just looks down to the floor for a second or two and looks up at Gold again and says, I want to do it. I need to do it.
Alright, then. And Gold he stands up, and as he stands up, he looks a little bit behind you and goes, no, That just won't do. I'll have to... Hold on a second. And he waves his hands in a very complex gesture in the air. And your butt returns to normal.
Wow. I was starting to get used to that.
Trust me, it would not be advisable in the chamber to have that dragging behind you. You'll understand when we get there. And he leads you to the back of the conference room, where there is a very boring bookshelf that appears to have books about chaos, divine retribution, and also business management, a couple books on accounting, a few diet books, a couple cookbooks, and a 4-volume treatise on golem rights. And he pulls volume 3, and the entire bookshelf slides to the side to reveal it's a secret passage, but normally secret passages are kind of like narrow and dank and stuff. It looks like the passageway to a king's bedroom. It is ornate. There are torches on the walls which glow with smokeless flame. The stairway leads up a gentle spiral, and each stair appears to be made of shimmering ivory. The walls themselves are made of glimmering marble. Everything about it just screams opulence. Not really, because that would be terrifying, but figuratively. And he leads you up the stairs, and the stairs end at a landing that, the more you think about it, it really doesn't make sense architecturally that there would be a landing here that would lead to another large room. But there it is. Yeah, the room is about half the size of the conference room, and there is almost nothing in it. The walls have some interesting brightly colored tapestries on them. There are no windows, but there are those smokeless torches lighting the room. And at the other end of it is another door that looks more like a bank vault door, like a big metallic door. And next to it is a coat rack and a small low table. This may be like 2 feet by 2 feet. Mm-hmm. And he silently leads you across the room, and he gestures towards the coat rack and the table, and he says, "For reasons you will no doubt understand shortly, please remove any clothing that you have which drags on the ground or is made of metal, aside of course from your badge of office, and also remove your shoes and put them on this table. It is the way things are done."
Okay, I will remove my shoes, but I don't think I have any of...
Do you have like a cloak or anything?
Yeah, but it's just reaching my knees as I...
Okay, so you take off your shoes, okay, now you're barefoot. Mm-hmm. He walks up to the big metal door, and he just places his hand right in the center of it, and the whole thing begins to glow. And with a rather loud ka-chung noise, the door begins to open, and as it does, he turns away from it, looking directly and pointedly in the opposite direction. And the door swings open, and inside is like an inky black void. You can't really see anything. There's no light sources. And it almost feels like the light from the torches can't penetrate inside the room. Mm-hmm. And he says, "This is the Chamber of the One. In here you will find the answers you seek. Or, failing that, I suppose, the peace which eludes all of us."
You are the first thing I remember, you know. Your face and your voice. My first memory. And then I'll step in.
Right before you hear the door slam behind you, and it's not slamming in sort of like a dangerous way, this is a fucking heavy door kind of slam, you know? You could swear you heard Gold's voice say, "Pray that it isn't the last." And the door slams shut. As your eyes begin to adjust, I know you don't have dark vision.
No.
you're the only one. As your eyes begin to adjust, you begin to realize there is a tiny bit of light in the room, but it doesn't seem to come from any source. It's almost like it's just there. And you realize the room is perfectly, especially with the door closed, it's like the door was never there.
Mm-hmm.
The walls form a perfect sphere. Like you're inside a ball made entirely of mirror. Every surface in this room is just 100% perfectly reflective. For a second, you think you're floating in the middle of the sphere, but then you kind of realize you're not. You're actually on a perfectly translucent platform, which extends right to the exact middle of this ball of mirror.
So it's Cerebro from X-Men?
Except a little creepier. Because it is, as you walk if you walk forward, all you hear at all is the noise you're making. There is no other noise. It's like no sound at all can penetrate from the outside. And all you can see, no matter what direction you look, is yourself.
So there's no judgment sheep in these reflections?
There is no judgment sheep. There is nothing. There are no sounds except for your own heartbeat. You can hear the blood moving through your veins. You can hear your stomach gurgling because you've been sick earlier and it upset your stomach acids. You can hear them sloshing about.
Please don't fart. Please don't fart. Please don't fart.
You can hear your bowels. You can hear your feet. You can hear your hair growing. You can hear everything and nothing else.
Oh man, this is wild, dude. So I can't hear anything, but can I feel anything other than the usual? Is there anything?
You feel nothing. The air is completely still. You don't feel any magics or anything. This is the most empty room you've ever been in.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about it, there's only you.
Okay.
Everywhere you look is only you. Everywhere you listen is only you.
Okay.
The Chamber of the One.
Of the One.
Keanu Reeves.
I'm gonna start light. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Your voice, despite the fact you said it in a low, quiet tone, begins to echo through the chamber. And it's your own voice coming back to you. Hello? 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 And it gets louder and louder. And before long, it's all you can't even see anything. You can only hear the words bashing through your skull like a sledgehammer. Roll a Constitution save.
I've been there. 18.
Okay, good. Your voice begins to fade away.
Okay.
You're shaken. You feel it to your bones. That was not supposed to be possible. What just happened?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel right.
Mm-hmm. Can I roll religion to see?
Okay.
Because I don't want to just try everything that comes into my mind. You know, this could take a while. 23. What is my instincts tell me about this? My religious instincts.
Your instinct tells you that this feels a lot like when the traveler visited you. This is almost like being in that void.
Mm-hmm.
Except the difference is, whereas before, everything was the traveler, basically, and you were a point of view within a void that was the traveler. It feels like now you're a point of view within a void that's you. Like you have created a space. This is a space where you almost feel like you could be on equal footing, enough to initiate contact.
Okay.
But you know that it would not be easy.
I'll just try anyway. Traveler.
The exact same thing happens again with the voice. Bounding through the walls. Smashing into you, this time twice as hard. You're knocked even without a roll, you're knocked to your knees.
Mm-hmm.
And if Naldi had been there, he would have gotten a lovely view of your butt because your pants were torn by the peg butt. tears streaming down your face. You don't even know where they came from. You don't remember crying. You don't remember your eyes watering. Do another Constitution check.
20.
Okay. You're able to, again, without even thinking of it, you stagger back to your feet. And this time you feel something. It doesn't feel like it's in the room. It doesn't feel like it's anywhere, because the room is still only you. But you feel like you're noticed, but you can't explain why or how.
Okay.
You feel like if you're just loud enough, you'd be heard.
Notice me, goddammit. Notice me, goddammit. Notice me, goddammit. Notice me, goddammit.
Again, the voice echoes back to you, your voice, repeating over and over again, notice me, goddammit. It doesn't sound like a real echo, because echoes never sound like it's just the full thing, usually at the end of a thing coming back at you, the way echoes work. No, this is your entire sentence. Bouncing back, but slowly you begin to notice that as it begins to fade this time, it then becomes louder again, and comes back louder than you could have ever screamed. Notice me, goddammit. Notice me, goddammit. And then just a loud, shattering, world-breaking screech. But it's definitely not your voice. And every mirror in the room and the platform you're standing on all simultaneously shatter. And now you're floating in an empty void. And if you look at yourself, you don't have a self. You're a perspective. And a voice comes to you. Damn, son. You didn't have to yell like that? What the hell are you doing here anyway? I know you're my chosen, but you're like, you don't belong in here. This place is meant for, old stuffed shirts looking to know why they're gonna die and some shit. For functionaries, or whatever the fuck that word is. I don't know. People who read a lot of books on middle management and shit. What are you doing here?
I just came to appreciate the interior design. It's marvelous. It was before it shattered, actually.
That room's designed to drive people completely batshit insane and wreck their psyche. It's in most places a banned form of torture. You knew that, right? Before you went in?
Not in so many words. I suspected.
I mean, it's nice. You took off your shoes, right?
Yes, I did.
Oh, thank me. Okay.
See, I called you earlier, but I guess you were in the bathroom or something.
Are you misunderstanding our relationship here?
No, I'm fully aware that you call the shots. I'm trying to be snarky, so as to not go insane.
You're being snarky against the Almighty. It might not be the best of ideas. What if I get capricious and then just turn you into, I don't know, a donkey? Forever. Eternal donkey.
The question is, what good would that do you?
Good for a laugh.
Look, I realize chaos and all, but you're not just stupid, right?
Well,
I would consider that a very dumb move.
To be totally fair, I didn't get the brains in the family, but beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. You have to realize that you're risking complete annihilation just by having the audacity to contact me, right?
I have lived my entire life just for you. What do I have to lose?
Well, your life, I guess.
What good has my life ever done me?
You'd be dead without it.
Look, I don't understand a lot about you, but apparently you don't understand me either. Yes, I know you don't care.
Care? I pulled you from non-existence, child. You weren't supposed to even exist on this plane of reality, and I made it happen. Don't care. Maybe I care more than your little tiny mortal brain can comprehend. Maybe I care about things that are bigger than you. Hell, even bigger than me, and I'm pretty damn big. right now, I'm gonna bring us back to the crux of our conversation. What up?
Not much, dog. Oh, I guess you want to know what I want, yes.
Most people don't make this a social call considering the possibility of utter destruction.
Well, maybe I want to know how you're doing. Maybe I care.
Me? Aw, kid. You know what time it is, right?
Murder time. Are you gonna kill me? Then just do it.
Dummy. We're almost at the end of the world. There are 3 separate apocalypses trying to happen. 3 of them. None of them are good.
None of them are good.
No. Because all of them are the same goddamn thing from different angles. You got your homies, your buddies, the butts. Want to rebuild the planet in their own image. You got those butt farts over at Weld. You think they're happy they just lost 2 million soldiers? You know what they're gonna do? They call it the Purity Guard, and I can't defend against that shit. And then, on top of all that, and trust me, I know who left the door open, but you got Cloth and his army. And all of them, all 3 of them, want to impose their order, their will, and destroy all freedom. Destroy chaos. You think I would be aligning myself with a little no-good whelp like Snack if I could avoid it? You think I would give the number 2 position of my religion to that bitch if I could avoid it? The world ending is going to be replaced by something of infinite boredom. That's how I'm doing. So if I joke around, maybe it's just because, what am I gonna do? I've already got my pieces on the board, and I'm waiting for them to move. I can only push them so much before everyone's like, oh, you're tilting the board, you're cheating.
I don't know if it would be considered cheating, but, well, as you're well aware, I'm kind of on it already. The thing is, I'm too weak. I don't know, you say you had a purpose for me, you made me happen, but you made me too weak. I need more power. I can't do anything like this, especially being surrounded by people who just like their goals and their values and their focus and their rules. I'm completely alone. You understand me? I need you. I need you. If you want me to do something, then give me the means to do it. You made my body stronger the last time we met. You gave me the power to speak to creatures I shouldn't be able to speak to control nature. Take all of that away from me. I don't need it. All I need is more chaos. Whatever that means to you.
Well, you reject my gifts.
I do not, if you say
You throw them back in my face and tell me they are not good enough. Only a madman would do something like that. Knew I picked right.
It shakes his head. I don't have a head.
You shake your perspective. I told you I don't make mistakes. Just happy accidents. So you want more power, more chaos. Well, I can do that. Or I can surely do that, but as much as I hate them, every game has rules. And there's some rules even I gotta follow. Is there any particular power you need other than just the general concept of chaos?
Well, you see, these days I find myself looking for friends in all the wrong places, you could say. What would be handy would be a way to reach other planes, to go to other planes or bring creatures from other planes to this one. I know such magic exists. I've read about it.
Such magics they are the purview of the wizards. Mortals can't control that kind of power. Not without help, at least. So I'll make you a deal. Come on. Making deals with capricious gods never turns out badly. And I'll give you what you want. You're just gonna give me what I want.
Fine. All right. I don't even want to know what it is. I'm done. Just take whatever you want.
Well, first thing I'm gonna want is yourself.
Again?
No, you don't understand. It's the way these trades work. All I need from you is yourself and a coin. That's it. And really, all you gotta give me is a coin. I can take the other one.
A coin.
One coin.
Alright, I'll pull out the coin that my knock spell produced.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll hand... I have... Do I have hands? I still don't...
You do now.
I do now, okay.
It's weird because now you are a perspective and a pair of hands reaching into a pocket that doesn't quite exist and pulling out a coin.
Yeah.
It's all very trippy.
It's so cool, man. I can't... Wow, dude. I'll hold it out in my palm.
The coin floats up off of your hand. Oh yeah, that'll do nicely. You know, there's some things that are so powerful, even gods want them.
Oh shit.
And you can see as the coin kind of vanishes, but it almost looks like the void itself reached a hand and grabbed it. And then it's gone. And as to the other thing, it's already mine, so there you go. You've got what you asked for. You wanted power beyond mortal comprehension. You've got it. One thing though. You're gonna have a bit of a adjustment period, but don't worry, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. There's like a whole bunch of like maintenance stuff you have to do. Like when you've got a nose. You're gonna have to learn, don't worry, you'll be fine.
What?
Oh, one last thing. Before you go back to the real world, y'all might want to, seriously, stop Halford. You're gonna fuck everything up. Boom. You're back in the room. The walls are intact and without even the slightest crack in them. And you are lying face down on the glass platform. And the door has slightly cracked itself open.
Alright, I can walk out.
You can get to your feet, and you can walk out of the room. You exit the room. Gold is standing behind the door, and once you exit, he quickly shuts the door behind you, and puts his hand on the center of it, and like an incantation happens. You know, it glows again. You can tell he's basically locking it again.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn around to the door and just say, "See you at Christmas, Daddy."
The door doesn't reply, and it doesn't even have a funny walk.
Aw.
Oh man.
It's not a very entertaining door. I'm sorry, I didn't stat it out.
Well, that's just bad writing, isn't it?
That's me. After he closes the door, Gold turns around, and he sees you. He's normally, when he, except for times when he perhaps has seen a picture of a goat or has seen a dog he wants to play with, he's a pretty, like, level-headed kind of guy. Mm-hmm. He doesn't show a lot of, like, surprise and stuff. He can show, like, exhaustion pretty easily, but he doesn't seem like the type of person, especially, you know, having helped raise a sorcerer with wild magic. Not a lot surprises him. He's kind of used to weird shit with it, yes. Okay? And yet, he is taken aback when he looks at you. Mm-hmm. He, in fact, reaches to his medallion of office and taps it a few times. Like, this thing on. And he looks at you again and goes, "What happened to you in there?"
Well, it's a long story. It really isn't, but I'm just tired right now. Sorry.
He reaches into his robes and he pulls out a hand mirror.
I can't wait for this.
And he holds it up to you and says, "Yeah, but that happened to you." And looking back at you in the mirror is not any face that you recognize. It is not your default Team Snootless face. It's not your Vin Diesel face, which is my favorite, but it's not. It's a face of a young human man that you don't recognize. Especially different thing is the eyes. You can always tell if you know where to look. You can tell a changeling by their eyes. Those eyes are human.
Oh God.
You're no longer a changeling.
Well, at least I still have a dick.
So outrageous to toll. You can lose.